Okay guys, what's up? Jay here. This is smarthelping.com. It's 6:44 a.m. on a Monday and we are hitting the ground running. I've got the first thing for you today, an update on the depreciation recapture schedule. And so this is something I found because I was referencing this for another project I'm doing, and I was trying to figure out depreciation recapture in certain scenarios. So this model was working fine in all scenarios except when the net sales proceeds were less than the initial cost basis but more than the book value. Book value is just initial cost basis minus what you've depreciated, accumulated depreciation. So this model itself was just to show the user over time what their possible tax consequences would be if they sold at a certain value and a certain amount of depreciation has happened. The output is the taxable depreciation recapture, which is taxed at up to 25%, and then the capital gains or losses after that. So what the model was doing before is if you had a situation like, let's say here, you have 180,000, you sell it for, or let's no this situation here. So let's do this a couple times. Let's say you have 190. So you sell it for more than the cost basis or the book value, but less than your initial cost basis. So what happens is the IRS views this as a gain for depreciation recapture purposes. So we have a one. So we sell it for 190. Book value is 188. So it's a 15. Well, 188 485. So you have $1,500 in depreciation recapture, meaning since you depreciated this, but you actually sold it for higher than what you depreciated it down to, you have to pay taxes on that again, whatever that might be. Now, once you pay taxes on that, there's no capital gain because obviously you sold it for, or you initially cost basis here is 200, sold it for 190, so um, you sold it for less than this, but you depreciated it down to 188. So it's a small gain, and that's all that happens. You're taxed on that. You have no capital gains, losses, or gains here that are long term, or rather short term or long term. There's just no capital gain or loss on this transaction. It's just depreciation recapture. So that's fine. That works now. Before, that's where the model was saying that the loss 200 less 190, that $10,000 loss offset the cap depreciation recapture taxable amount, and then if this was more than the capital loss, that's the only time you actually have to pay depreciation recapture, which is not that was not correct. So this is updated now. It works fine. And then you can see here if you sell it for more than the adjusted cost basis, you obviously have a depreciation recapture up to the initial cost basis. So obviously that's what you depreciated down from. So you have to pay taxes on that, and then you have to pay capital gains taxes on the amount over your initial cost basis. Which in this case, if you sell it for 220, you've got 20,000 more. Okay, so that makes complete sense. That's fine. All that's happening here essentially is the book value is your new cost basis over time, and that's what you use to figure out a gain or a loss. And if it's a gain, it's depreciation recaptured up until you've gotten to the initial cost basis, and then you go over to capital gains or losses. Now, let's say you sell it for less than your. Let's go down here. Let's change the scenario. Let's say you sold it for 160 over here, and your cost basis is 174. Well, now you've got a $14,000 loss. No depreciation recapture is due because you've sold it for less than the book value. So no tax event, and you've actually got a capital loss that can be used to offset other things if needed. Okay, so this model is pretty cool. You can just test out different scenarios based on depreciation over time and potential net sales proceeds. Okay, so this is fixed. I've already updated this on the site. I'm just doing the overview video now, which we'll have to update. I'll put the new video in there and re-upload the file. Um, but I updated the logic in the file yesterday as far as getting it out to everywhere because I wanted to get that out as fast as possible. Now, if you want to purchase this or get more things, you can go to smarthelping.com. This is right here under the accounting templates, trackers, and calculators. It's right under the calculators and depreciation recapture right here. So you can buy it for 45. Test things out. See, I've already updated the screenshot to match what I've got going on here. Um, and yeah, I haven't had an update on a video in probably 8 months, or an update on a model, because we haven't had to. But whenever this does happen, I catch something, I always do a video on it to show what it did do before and what it's how it works now, and just talk about it. So this will be the new video overview for the model, this depreciation recapture template itself. You can get it $45. You can buy the whole accounting bundle for $249 and get it. And uh, hopefully that's helpful. Now remember, I do build financial models for a living. So you can see here I've got all kinds of mostly startup financial models, bottom up, for all kinds of different industries. I focus sometimes a bit on SaaS and real estate, so I've got a lot of specific ones just for those, but also all sorts of bottom-up models, some joint venture structures here, preferred returns with IRR hurdles or simple prefs, all kinds of stuff here for funds to look at, general business valuation. Here's all the accounting templates. So I'll get all this. This will all be sorted today. The video will be up for this depreciation um, recapture model, and we should be good to go. I've got a new template I'm working on. I'm gonna go do that right now for the next few hours, and I'm gonna try to publish that either today or tomorrow. It's a new model on sale leaseback from the lessee and lessor's perspective, and comparing doing a sale leaseback versus doing finding a third party tenant. And there's a whole bunch of cool stuff you can do with that with the model. So I'm going to be building that today, and also I got client work. So we're hitting the ground running this morning. Remember, you can hire me. I'm at $275 an hour. I can build custom sheets per whatever spec you want, and pretty quick. And turnaround times are usually 1 to 2 days. Just email me to get started. Also, if you want to buy all the templates on the site, there's well over 200 now. You can get it in the Super Smart bundle down here, $4.99, and that gets you access to everything I've ever built in the past and the future with a one-time purchase. Alrighty, like and subscribe, and I'm gonna keep on trucking this morning. Have a good morning.